Welcome. In this video, we shall be batching our modules. And what I simply mean by batching is either you copying a module or cutting a module. I hope you understand what the difference between copying and cutting. If you copy something, you will still have the original of that thing and then a copy of it. If you cut something, you simply will do away with the original copy of that particular something, which is a normal thing with computer. Alright, straight to the point. I would make sure my server and database is running. Okay, I'll simply minimize and then I'll go to my sites. Now this is my front end. To illustrate what batching means, I will go to my back end by clicking. Okay, all I need to do is close this. I want to go to my module where I have all my modules. Okay, I have all my modules here. Let's take for example the main menu module. That is this particular, I'll go to my front end talking about this particular main menu module. Let's assume I want to copy it and I want it to be true, just like the other video, the earlier video that has to do with duplicating. Copying also does the same thing, or rather batching, copying under batching also does the same thing like duplicating of a module. Alright, I'll go back to my back end. You will notice there's a button here called batch. Alright, now I want to use my main menu as an illustration, so all I'll simply do is scroll down till I get to my main menu. Okay, fine. This is my main menu and it's in position 7. Okay, now to illustrate that, I'll simply have to check this box and then I will go to batch. Once I click on batch, this appears. If choosing to copy a module, any other action selected will be applied to the copied module. Otherwise, all actions are applied to the selected module. When copying and not changing position, it is nevertheless necessary to select keep original position in the drop down. What it simply means is if you are copying a module, you can actually tell it to leave whatsoever actions which you've attributed to that particular module, whatever modification you've done to that module, you want it to keep those particular modifications, then all you need to do is indicate that here. Indicate that where you have the whole of this. Okay, so set access level, will simply leave it as keep original access levels for the particular module which you want to copy. Set language, we leave it as keep original language. Now this is where we'll select the particular position where we want to put this module which we're either copying or moving. Like I said, batching has to do with either copy or move. Okay, now let's say for example the module which we are actually dealing with here is our main menu module. Set position, if I click here and then I decide to scroll down, once I scroll down, it has the option of either you keep the original position, that means you want it to still be in the same position. Remember our main menu is in position what? 7. You want it to keep it in the same position as a copied module or no module position. You want it to be in the language switch, whatever language switcher load position. You want it to be in position 0. You want it to be in position 1, position 10, 11, 12, or position 2, or position 3, or 4, or 5, or 7, or 8. Assuming we want to keep it in the same position, so what I'll simply do is I'll go up and then I'll say keep in original position. If I choose that, I want to copy. I will later show you how to move also, or rather, you know what move is. If I click on copy, like I said, copy is more or less the same thing, or batching or copy under batching is more or less like the same thing as duplicating of modules. Once I've done that, I'll simply click on process. Once I click on process, I get a message which tells me batch process completed successfully. Remember, it was the main menu module which we copied. So I'll simply scroll down and I'll be looking for the module called main menu. Okay, scroll down. Now I have the original main menu module in position 7, and I also have the copy module, the main menu module 2, which has been copied. Remember, I said the copy under batch is more or less like duplicating of modules which we did earlier by using this in the other video. And this X simply means it's unpublished, so it won't show in the front end. So if I simply click on this now, I'm simply going to publish it. I'll simply scroll down to make sure it has been published. Main menu, main menu. Okay, I have my main menu. Sorry, I don't think this is the main menu. We're actually talking about these main menus here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I need to go back to my home page. This my main menu, which is on my website, is in position 7, right? How do I get to know that? So we come back to here. It's in position 8. Okay, so that means the main menu which I'm supposed to deal with is the one in position 8. So I'll simply go back to my backend, not this particular main menu. The one I'm supposed to deal with is this one in position 8. So I'll simply repeat the process again. I will click, check on this box, and then I will go to batch, and then keep original access level, keep original set position, keep original position. I can scroll down. And then I want to copy rather for now. Click on copy, click on process. Once I've done that, I'll simply scroll down and look for that particular main menu. Not this one. I can actually delete these ones later because they are becoming too much. You will learn how to delete or trash later. Okay, this is the other main menu which has been copied. I'll simply publish it by clicking here. Okay, one module successfully published, so I'll simply scroll down to make sure it has been published. Main menu in position 8. Okay, the other one, the one which I just copied, has been published also. So all I need to do is come to my front end and then refresh and then watch out what happens here. Okay, now I have main menu and main menu 2, but I don't need this, so I will simply do away with it. And to do that, I'll simply come to my back end. Okay. All right. I think we can actually learn how to delete here on trash. Okay, this particular main menu 2 is a duplicate. I copied it, but I don't need it. It's either I trash it or I unpublish it. But I think in this case, it will be better for us to trash it since we already have it. So to trash it or to delete it is, if you want to delete any module, all you need to do is check the box beside it, and then you click on trash. So I click on trash, it will definitely trash this for me, this main menu 2 in position 8. Okay, one module successfully trashed. I scroll down, I won't find it anymore. Main menu in position 8, I only have that, I don't have the 2 anymore. Now these other main menu modules which I have in position 7 and 7, okay, for now we'll just leave them since we are actually not seeing them in our front page. We'll just leave them for now. Right, so if I go back to my front end and I simply refresh, this will go away because I have trashed it. Okay. Now go back to the back end. This time around, we're going to deal with cutting. We're still going to use this main menu as an example. Alright, so if I want to do that, I need to just check this box and then I'll go to batch. I'll leave this, and then I'll simply change the position so you understand what cutting means. The difference between cutting and paste. Sorry, the difference between cutting and copying. Or rather, the difference between move. Move simply means the same thing as cut. Okay? Alright, so I'll come here, click, and then I'll choose the position which I want to cut, which I want to move it to rather. This also want to move it to position 7, which is the right hand side of my website. You can move it to any other position if you want, but just for this illustration, I want to move it to position 7. So I'll click on 7 and then I'll click on move. Make sure move is the one that's active. The other one we did earlier was copy. Then I'll click on process. Okay, once I click on process, I'll look for my main menu. Okay, remember we had a main menu which was in position 7, and we had another main menu which was in position 7 also. Hope you can remember that, which we didn't delete earlier. Well, now the particular menu which we actually moved was the particular main menu module which we moved was this one in position 7, but we can't be too sure because sometimes renaming becomes tricky. So I'll simply scroll down. Do I have any other main menu? No, I don't have any other main menu. All I have is this 3 main menu. Okay, these 2 main menu have already been published. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is a particular menu which we just moved because it's looking like it's unpublished. Alright, so just to be sure, I'll come back to my front end and I will see what happens here. I will simply refresh. Okay, the main menu now is gone, and I actually do not have it. I do not have it here. That's because it is not being published. That means the menu which I did move is actually this main menu, and it has renamed it as 3 because we had other main menu which were occupying the same position, but we're not seeing them in our front end. So this is a particular main menu module which we just moved. So all I need to do is to publish it. I'll click on publish. Once it has published, one module successfully published, I will simply go to my front end and then refresh. Okay, now it's back, it's here. But it named it main menu 3 for me because I have other main menus. So all I need to do is to rename this, or to delete this called main menu 3. I'll simply delete this 3 beside it. So I'll go back to my front end, go to where I have my main menus. But before I can do that, I will need to delete this main menu here and this other main menu. So I will only have this, and then I will be able to rename this to this, because I don't want this tree showing. So I'll simply check this box, and I'll also check this box also, and then I'll click on trash. Two modules successfully trashed. Okay, fine. I'll go to the main menu which I'm left with. Okay, this is it. I want to remove this tree. So how do I do that? Good. I'm sure you should know how to do that. All we need to do is click on it. Once we click on it, we will now come to under title. Just click here and then we'll simply remove the tree beside it by deleting. And then I'll click on save. Once I click on save, I'll go back to my front end and then I will simply refresh. Okay, it has removed that. That is moving of modules under batching. But I want to take this my main menu back to the position which it was. So all I simply do will be to go to my back end, and then since I'm in here still, all I need to do, I can just change the position here. So I'll simply click here. I want to be in position 8. So scroll down. Once I get left position 8, I'll click on it and then I'll click on save. Once I click on save, I'll go back to my front end and then I'll refresh my page. Okay, it brings it back here. Alright, I hope you understood batching and what batching is about, the similarities between the copy in batching and duplicating, and moving in batching. Alright, this will be all for this particular video. Thank you and see you in the next video.